Story number 1: The Stench of Sulfur and a Whispering Name. If you enjoy this content and want to see more, please subscribe and turn on notifications to support the channel. The Stanley Hotel, perched atop a windswept hill in Estes Park, Colorado, held a chilling allure for investigative journalist Ethan Moore. Renowned for its opulent architecture and its rumored connection to paranormal activity, it was the perfect location for his latest project, a documentary exploring the intersection of history and the unexplained. Checking in, Ethan was struck by the grandeur of the lobby, soaring ceilings, intricate tile work, and a pervasive sense of forgotten grandeur. His room, number 418, was situated at the end of a dimly lit hallway. The air hung heavy with an inexplicable stillness, broken only by the rhythmic creak of floorboards beneath his feet. The room itself was Spartan: a single bed, a dusty dresser, and a window overlooking the majestic Rocky Mountains. Ethan dismissed the initial unease, attributing it to the anticipation of his investigation. As dusk settled, casting long shadows across the room, a peculiar odor started to permeate the air. It was a pungent smell, like rotten eggs mixed with burnt rubber. It clung to Ethan's clothes, making him wrinkle his nose in disgust. He searched the room for the source, checking under the bed, behind the dresser, but found nothing. Attributing it to faulty plumbing, he decided to explore the hotel and record some ambience for his documentary. The Stanley was a labyrinth of winding hallways, ornate ballrooms, and abandoned gift shops. Ethan wandered through the deserted corridors, the silence broken only by the faint whine of the wind outside. In the cavernous ballroom, bathed in the moonlight streaming through tall windows, he set up his camera to capture the eerie grandeur. As he adjusted the settings, a sudden gust of icy wind swept through the room, extinguishing the single bulb illuminating his path. Darkness cloaked him. He fumbled for his lighter, the clicking a jarring counterpoint to the silence. Suddenly, a cold hand gripped his shoulder. A gasp escaped his lips. He spun around, lighter ablaze, but found nothing there. "Hello?" His voice echoed through the vast chamber. Only silence answered. A shiver ran down his spine. His heart pounded in his chest, a drumbeat against the unnerving stillness. Then, he heard it, a faint whisper, barely audible, yet distinct. It spoke his name, Ethan. He froze, every nerve on edge. The whisper came again, closer this time, tinged with a chilling urgency. Panic surged through him. He scrambled for the exit, the whispering growing louder with every step. He burst back into his room, slamming the door shut behind him. His back pressed against the cold wood, he gasped for breath, adrenaline coursing through his veins. The whispering had ceased, replaced by the unsettling stench of sulfur. He switched on the desk lamp, the fragile light casting dancing shadows on the walls. Desperate for answers, Ethan delved into the hotel's history. He discovered that room 418 was once occupied by a famous medium, Elizabeth Layden. During her stay, she documented numerous paranormal occurrences, including disembodied voices and an overwhelming stench of sulfur, a phenomenon often associated with demonic entities. One chilling account spoke of a malevolent presence whispering the names of guests, a presence she believed to be trapped within the hotel walls. A cold sweat slicked Ethan's forehead. Sleep was out of the question. He spent the night huddled under the covers, the whispers echoing in his mind. The next morning, pale and exhausted, he checked out, vowing never to return. However, Ethan couldn't shake the feeling he wasn't alone. Back in his studio, editing the footage, he noticed something unsettling. In the recording from the ballroom, a faint, translucent figure materialized behind him for a split second, a woman with flowing white hair and a mournful expression. The Stanley Hotel had gifted Ethan more than just a story. It had gifted him a chilling reminder that some histories are better left undisturbed, and some whispers hold a terrifying truth. Story number 2: The Disappearing Roommate, the Cecil Hotel Enigma. Los Angeles, 2013. The Cecil Hotel, a once grand establishment now notorious for its seedy underbelly, loomed over Skid Row. Elisa Lamb, a young Canadian tourist, checked in, her vibrant spirit a stark contrast to the hotel's grimy atmosphere. She planned to meet friends on her travels, but they never heard from her again. Enter Sarah King, a backpacker drawn to the Cecil's budget rates and central location. She booked a shared room, unaware of the chilling mystery that unfolded just months prior. Her assigned roommate, a cheerful woman named Natalie, greeted her warmly. They shared stories and snacks, forging an instant connection. The next morning, Sarah woke to find Natalie's bed empty. Assuming she'd gone out exploring, Sarah showered and headed out for the day. Returning later, she found no sign of Natalie. Their belongings remained untouched, except for a single item, a travel journal with a cryptic entry on the last page: "Feeling uneasy, strange vibe in the room, something feels wrong." A knot of unease tightened in Sarah's stomach. She inquired with the indifferent staff, who shrugged and mumbled about backpacker transients. Days turned into weeks, with no word from Natalie. Panic gnawed at Sarah. She contacted the missing persons department, but bureaucracy and a lack of concrete evidence stalled the investigation. Determined to find her friend, Sarah began her own investigation. She delved into the Cecil's unsettling history, a place linked to suicides, murders, and the infamous Night Stalker killings. Then, she discovered the disturbing case of Elisa Lamb. Their disappearance, just months apart, sent a shiver down her spine. Further research unearthed a chilling detail. Security footage from the Cecil showed Elisa Lamb behaving erratically in the elevator. The doors opened and closed on empty floors, and she seemed to be talking to someone unseen. The footage ended with her disappearing into the stairwell, never to be seen again. Sarah contacted Elisa Lamb's family, sharing her concerns about the unsettling parallels. Together, they pressured the police to take a closer look. An investigation into the hotel's water tanks revealed Elisa Lamb's lifeless body decomposing within, a horrifying discovery. The cause of death remained undetermined. Meanwhile, Sarah's own investigation took a disturbing turn. Wandering the hotel's labyrinthine hallways, she felt an inexplicable sense of dread. Strange noises echoed through the air vents, and shadows flickered in the dimly lit corridors. One night, while showering, she swore she heard a familiar voice whispering Natalie's name from the room next door. Panic-stricken, Sarah burst out of the bathroom, only to find the room empty. The door, secured from the inside, had no visible means of entry. Desperate, Sarah contacted a local journalist who had covered the Elisa Lamb case. He agreed to investigate, intrigued by the possibility of a connection. Together, they explored the hotel's maintenance areas, uncovering a network of hidden passageways and service elevators not accessible to guests. This labyrinth, unseen by authorities, offered a chilling explanation for Elisa Lamb's disappearance and fueled their fear for Natalie's safety. Public pressure mounted, fueled by media coverage and online forums dedicated to the Elisa Lamb case. The LAPD faced mounting scrutiny, finally conducting a more thorough investigation of the Cecil. This time, their search yielded a horrifying discovery: a hidden entrance within a water tank access panel, leading to the very network of passageways Sarah and the journalist had stumbled upon. Days later, Natalie was found alive, wandering the labyrinth, disoriented and dehydrated. She recounted a harrowing experience, waking up paralyzed in her bed, a suffocating pressure on her chest. Then, a figure, shrouded in darkness, dragged her through a hidden door and into the network of tunnels. She stumbled for days, lost and terrified, until she found the hidden entrance and managed to escape. The Cecil Hotel was shut down for renovations, never to reopen. The authorities launched a full investigation, focusing on the hidden passageways and potential connections to the Elisa Lamb case. However, the true extent of the hotel's secrets remained shrouded in mystery. Sarah, forever haunted by her experience, became an advocate for backpacker safety and exposed the negligence of some budget hotels. The story of the Cecil Hotel served as a chilling reminder of the darkness that can lurk beneath the surface, even in the heart of a bustling city. Story number 3: The Smiling Man, the Hintertuxvillage Gasthaus Enigma. The quaint village of Hintertux, nestled amidst the majestic Austrian Alps, was known for its serenity and breathtaking scenery. Little did anyone suspect the sinister secret harbored by the Gasthaus zur Post, a centuries-old inn with a checkered past. In 2016, a young couple, David and Amanda, backpackers traversing Europe, decided to spend the night at the inn. Their experience, however, turned into a nightmare that continues to baffle investigators. The Gasthaus, though charming on the outside, possessed a peculiar air of unease. The staff, though polite, seemed distant, their smiles strained. David and Amanda were assigned a room on the third floor, a gloomy chamber with peeling wallpaper and a single, flickering candle for light. As night fell, an oppressive silence engulfed the inn, broken only by the creaking floorboards and the howling wind outside. Unable to sleep, David noticed a peculiar detail on the back of the old wardrobe. Carved into the wood was a grotesque face, a wide, toothy grin etched into a distorted visage. A shiver ran down his spine. Amanda dismissed it as a morbid decoration, a relic of the inn's long history. Later that night, as they lay awake, they were jolted by a blood-curdling scream. It originated from the room next door, occupied by an elderly couple. David rushed out, Amanda close behind, fear propelling them forward. The door to the neighboring room was ajar, revealing an empty chamber. The elderly couple vanished. Panic surged through them. They frantically searched the deserted hallway, finding no trace of the couple. Returning to their room, they noticed a chilling change. The carved face on the wardrobe had shifted, the grin now wider, more menacing. A note lay on the bed, scrawled in archaic German, Nicht lächeln zurück, don't smile back. Terror clawed at their throats. They barricaded the door with furniture, huddling together in the dim candlelight. The rest of the night was an agonizing ordeal, punctuated by disembodied laughter and unsettling whispers that seemed to emanate from the very walls. At daybreak, they burst out of the room, desperate to escape the oppressive atmosphere. The staff, feigning ignorance of their harrowing night, reluctantly refunded their stay. David and Amanda fled Hintertux, haunted by the experience. Back home, fueled by the lingering dread, they delved into the history of the Gasthaus. They unearthed a chilling story. In the 17th century, the inn was a notorious stop for traveling merchants. One night, a group of merchants vanished without a trace. The only clue was a gruesome discovery, a hidden chamber beneath the floorboards, filled with bones, and etched with the same grinning face they had seen in their room. The innkeeper, a man known for his unsettling smile, was never seen again. Their story gained traction online, attracting the attention of a group of paranormal investigators. Intrigued by the similarities between the historical event and David and Amanda's experience, they decided to visit the Gasthaus. Equipped with a plethora of recording equipment, they documented their investigation. Their recordings captured unsettling EVPs, electronic voice phenomena, whispered voices speaking in an archaic dialect, and chilling laughter echoing through the empty halls. Cameras picked up fleeting shadows and strange orbs of light flitting down corridors. However, the most compelling evidence came from the very room David and Amanda stayed in. Using a thermal imaging camera, the investigators identified a cold spot by the wardrobe. Closer inspection revealed a hidden compartment behind the carved face. Inside, they found a collection of miniature wooden dolls, each with a grotesque, toothy grin carved onto their faces. The investigation concluded with no definitive answers. The fate of the elderly couple and the historical merchants remained a mystery. The Gasthaus zur Post, however, was permanently shut down, its unsettling reputation solidified. The smiling face engraved on the wardrobe served as a chilling reminder of the inn's dark past and the unexplained events that transpired within its walls. David and Amanda's experience serves as a cautionary tale, a reminder that the quaintest of facades can harbor hidden secrets, and sometimes, the most terrifying things wear the widest smiles. If you enjoy this content and want to see more, please subscribe and turn on notifications to support the channel.